they take the phone away from me and they connect it to their computer and make a copy of all the data.
Freedom of speech. It's something that a lot of people take for granted. And what does it even mean? I think a lot of people have lost track of what freedom of speech is all about. This interview that you're about to watch is of a very brave young man who decided that he would reach out and tell me his story. So I would like you to just tell me your story. What happened to you?
I saw a very funny video on the YouTube which makes some jokes on our President Xi.
Right.
And I record the audio down and I post it in our WeChat.
Okay.
And about 5 days later, the police come to my house.
Wow.
They said it is not something like busted or arrested. They said they wants me to go back to ask something from me, and they want to know why did I post this. This is what they said, and I said okay, and I go to the police station with them, and then they put me inside an interrogation room, and they leave me there for about 2 hours. Okay. During that time, I have only water, and because that is when they arrest me, it's evening, like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m.
Okay.
And I'm hungry that time, and I asked them for foods, and they said wait.
Okay.
Okay, I wait. Okay, and they give me some water, and that is the last spite of water of that night I drink.
Wow. Okay.
And about 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. because I don't have clock at there.
Mm-hmm.
I can only depends on the imagination.
Right.
So they began to give me an interrogation. So they began to ask me what I did there, what else did I did, and what's the method of I surfing the YouTube, and they check all my WeChat, chatting history, and Telegram, and any other social clubs, any other social
media
apps.
Yeah.
Social media, yes.
Did they take your phone away from you to do that?
Yes, they take the phone away from me and they connect it to their computer and make a copy of all the data.
Okay, yeah, because they can do that, right? They have the software to extract everything off of your phone. It's quite scary.
Except the iCloud. I didn't give them the password.
Oh, okay, good.
They also delete all the groups from me. The group that we are chatting on, the political and something.
Okay.
You know that thing, right?
Yeah, sure. So anything sensitive, they deleted you from those groups.
And later in the night, they also checked all my chatting history not only the sense they care about, they also care about any other clubs I joined, like the LGBT and something we talk about with sex, like they are just laughing.
Okay.
When I take my phone, laughing in front of me.
Right.
And make jokes on the LGBT.
Okay.
This is what the police done. What the police did.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Which makes me a bit of angry.
Sure, of course. If they're digging into your private life and they're laughing at it, it's terrible. So, I mean, I have to ask you now, how long have you been with the police now? Since they came to get you at 6, right?
Yes, they released me about 3 a.m., 3
Wow.
to 4 a.m. about.
That's crazy.
During that time, and I mean, after 8 p.m., I don't have any water, and since 6 p.m., I don't have anything to eat.
I see. So you were there for what, like 9 hours?
Yes, 9 hours.
That's crazy. Okay, so I know in China we call this drinking tea, right? 喝茶. The police take you to drink tea. That's happened to me before as well in China. So I know what it's like. It's very terrible because they keep you there and it's difficult. You don't really know what's going to happen to you during that time. And it's scary. It's scary, especially since they went through all of your personal information. Now, you said to me when we were talking previously, you told me that they were trying to get you to confess something, right?
Yes. They keep asking me, or they keep, what I should say that they set up a trap. They want to attract me in, that they want me to admit that I joined some group,
Yeah.
which controlled by the foreign power, foreign power, or any other anti-communist party organization, and they want me to admit that I joined this group and I did something, or I take part in the organization, like the Hong Kong, and they kept asking me this, which I didn't reply them properly.
Okay.
So
unfortunately, they didn't success.
Okay, good. They didn't succeed. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't be here.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so now this is something that I find the Chinese police and the Chinese government like to try and do a lot, is they try to blame foreign interference, right? They like to say that something bad happens because of foreigners. Foreigners are causing trouble in China. And from what you've told me, all you did was take a funny song, which is kind of just making fun of Xi Jinping, right? But it's not bad.
Right.
It's not something that's terrible. It's just like a funny song, and you posted that onto your WeChat, and then as a result,
yes.
They came to arrest you, interrogated you for 9 hours, and tried to make you admit that foreign powers forced you to do it, right?
Oh, they didn't say force. They asked paid to do this.
Okay, so foreign powers paid you to post this funny, song. Okay, yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, and I'm so happy that you are speaking to me. I understand how tough and how difficult it is for you to talk to me, and I know it's dangerous, and so we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we hide your identity. I just think it's incredibly important because I have a lot of friends in China, and I know a lot of foreigners who live in China, and they just simply do not understand how quickly things can change, because until something like this happens to you, it honestly, you will think China is the most free place in the world. You can say what you want, you can do what you want. It seems very open. You can go out and have a good time, you make lots of friends, everything's good. But if you step over that line, if you do anything that they think is criticizing the government or the president, that's when you will find out very quickly that freedom of speech doesn't really exist.
I know. And do you know even the racists now are also legal in China?
Racism is illegal?
The racists.
Yeah.
Yes. But the criticism on the government are illegal.
That's
what
right.
A joke.
Yeah, it is a joke, isn't it? What have you learned from this experience? Is there something that you can tell the rest of the world that will help them understand this?
We can think in China, but we cannot share and talk our opinion and our thinkings to any other people, especially on the internet.
Yeah.
What they said in privately is safe to talk about the government and the political, but I want to say that if this is the freedom of speech, I mean, in talking in privately, it's not any kind of freedom, because you cannot let any other else which is not include in this conversation. No, and this is not freedom. It is like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
And cat and the mouse, right?
Absolutely. I think you're very brave and very courageous to talk about this. And quite honestly, I think that you're going to end up helping a lot of people. And you're going to help a lot of people from the standpoint of letting them know that this is a real thing. And if you're living in China especially, you really do need to be very careful about what you post online. It can affect you. It can affect you very seriously. It can affect your family, and your friends. And it's something that everybody who lives in China or who visits China needs to bear in mind. That although China is a wonderful country and the people are really fantastic, we can't lose sight of the fact that the government will not tolerate any kind of criticism.
But I think I want to say that nowadays not all the people in China are as you thought.
Yeah.
Because their education are crazy. Their education are crazy. I think they are like the Nazis in the 21st century.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you. This is there is a problem in China with the ultra nationalism. Like the Wu Mao Dang and the crazy people who are. They find that the only thing that makes them feel important or that gives them a reason in life is their nationalism. So I think there are a lot of people who, at the moment, feel as if they're quite insignificant, but the fact that they are Chinese gives them a real purpose, and the fact that they love their country gives them a real purpose and something to fight for. And unfortunately that means that they have to make enemies out of other nations and other people in order to make themselves feel better.
They want to make themselves happy and setting up the pain on the other people.
Yeah. I still will always say that the majority of the Chinese people that I know are fantastic, lovely people, but there is still a very big group of these, like you say, like Nazis, who will go out there and try their best to attack anyone who doesn't agree with the government. Yeah. If you could change anything about China, what would you change?
If I could change. Do you mean if I am the people who take the power?
Yeah, let's just say you have the power to change anything about China. What would you change?
Human rights.
Well, it's so difficult to explain to people who haven't experienced it, who haven't grown up in China or haven't lived in China for a very long time, that there are some very, very basic human rights and freedoms that we take for granted that just aren't there in China.
I know.
Is there anything you would like to say to my subscribers, to my audience? Because you are free to tell them or ask them anything you want.
To be honest, I really want to say that if you want to come to China, that's welcome. But no matter you come here China for travel or working or studying, take care of what you post on the internet. You can say anything except the government. Yeah. And if there's any chances for me in United States or Canada, if anyone here or watch this video, I want to have a job in North America so that I can stay in North America.
If anybody does want to help you, they can contact me, and I have his personal details. I will pass a message on, but at the same time, I will not reveal any of his personal details to anyone because I know how dangerous it is and what a tough thing he's doing, courageous thing he's doing by talking to me here. So if you would like to help him out, please contact me, and I'll pass the message on. So I hope we can help you out, man. I really do.
Thank you.
So for those of you who enjoy criticizing your government, and I know there are a lot of people out there who enjoy making fun of, say, Trump or Trudeau or Morrison or whatever, it doesn't matter which country, but you're free to do so. Just remember that this is a privilege. This is not something that you are able to do in China. If you are a foreigner or a local Chinese person in China and you decide that you're going to make fun of President Xi, post some kind of caricature, mock him, mock the Communist Party of China, you will find out very quickly how unfree China is, because your freedom will be taken away from you. Remember, As much as you may hate your own government, as much as you may hate the West, the fact that you are allowed to hate it makes it great. See you next time, guys. And until then, you know the drill. Stay awesome.